All right. Hey, welcome everybody. Rob here for our BSPU call. We're coming up towards the end of the year, and what I'm going to be talking about today is going to be good for really any time. And I hope that this is actually going to become something that, when it comes to even titling your books or when you think in terms of what your book can lead to, I hope it's a document because I'll share a document with you as well as go over each of these items. I hope it's something that you can fall back on when you are crafting great offers. That's what today is about. The reason I even mention the new year is because, the new year, 2022 coming up, and any new year is a time when people are very aspirational. That's probably true for you. It's certainly true for me. It's true for many people in my marketplace. And that means that, aspirational, meaning that, they're thinking about finally reaching whatever goal it is that you can perhaps help them to attain. For my clients or potential clients, it's, finally getting that book written, finally turning that book into a bestseller, finally getting on TV or radio or media, finally building a book funnel that produces clients for them, etc. And so in the same way, your thing produces an aspiration in people. And you have to be able to powerfully communicate an offer to people in such a way that it entices them to take you up on the offer. And if you don't have some kind of New Year offer already planned, then I hope this incentivizes you to do that. If you do already have some kind of New Year offer planned, then I hope that this will help you with the crafting of the offer. So I'm going to dive right in. I have a Word doc here that I put together. I'm going to go through each step. I'll save this Word doc in our Facebook group and also in the recording in our membership area. I'll keep this Word doc there, but I do recommend that you take some notes as well. So let's go ahead and share the screen and let's roll. So first, I call this a BSPU offer creation. And I want to recommend a book to you. You should be able to see that. It's a big 8.5 by 11 purple book by Alex Hormazi. I spelled his name wrong. It's Z-I, not S-I. I know that. And Alex is somebody that I met in the inner circle, probably Russell Brunson's inner circle, probably 6 years ago. And he wrote this book, $100 Million Offers. I highly recommend that you get a copy of this book. Much of of what I'm going to share with you is taken from the book, kind of with my own slant. I love how concise he is in the offer creation part. Obviously, a lot of this, you could probably see in great offers done by great marketers like Tony Robbins or Russell Brunson or Dean Graziosi or others. But Alex does a great job with his book. So highly recommend you get a copy of his book. I don't get anything for you getting a copy of it. I just know that it will be really helpful to you. So right off the bat, I don't want to talk about 3 kinds of offers. That was from my previous one. There are 4 things that I'm going to go over with you today. And I'm just going to go over each step, and I'm going to use an example. Let me move my camera over a little. I'm going to use an example from fitness. You guys know I often use fitness related examples when it comes to a webinar that I do or something like that. So the first part in creating your ideal offer, your offer that someone can't refuse, is to really identify what the dream outcome is for the people that you are reaching out to. I hope that this is simple for you to do, but if it's not, you really need to take the time to figure out what is the dream outcome that you want or that you can help somebody to achieve that's coming to you in your field or whatever new field you might be going into. How should this be considered? Well, the offer needs to be so good that people feel dumb for not taking it. It might sound a little harsh, but you want to craft something so incredibly valuable that communicates the value in such a great way that people feel like, I have just got to take this offer because it is just too good to pass up, too good to be true. B, you want to make sure that you never sell the plane flight, but instead you sell the vacation. This is a big mistake that I see many of my clients make. And what do I mean by that? Well, oftentimes you'll create an offer that gives membership access to 100 hours of content. Well, that's selling the plane flight. Nobody wants 100 hours of content. They have other things to do with their life other than to spend 100 hours watching your content. That's not what they want. Sometimes we default back to, well, I'm just going to give them complete access to me, one-on-one with me. Well, believe it or not, that's not really what they want. They're coming to you because you can help them get some kind of great result in their life. Dealing with you, working with you, and hopefully building a friendship with you is ancillary to that. That's not what they're looking for. And the way I like to describe this to clients is, you know, if again, using a fitness or a weight loss example, if you told me that you would work out with me one-on-one 20 hours a week in a gym, and through that, you would guarantee a complete transformation of my body, and it was whatever the dollar is, $10,000 to do that. Or you had another option, and the other option was, I don't have to meet with you one-on-one. I don't have to meet with you in the gym every single day. I could simply take a pill, and that pill is $20,000. It's twice as much money. I am much more apt, and so are you if you have the money. You are much more likely to simply take the pill because it saves time, it saves energy, it saves effort. They don't want to spend the extra time, whether with you or without you. They want the dream outcome, and they want it the quickest, simplest way. And that's what C is. C is the ideal outcome should be minus any time delay or any other difficulty. Now, that doesn't mean there won't be difficulty, but the way you want to be able to express that is you want to be able to express your offer in a way that gives them their ideal outcome in a less delayed and less difficult process. The example here is, you know, lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks. That is a much more powerful offer than come join my gym membership for $1 the first week and then $99 a month thereafter. I don't want another gym membership. I'd really love to lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks. Or come and join my daily boot camp where we're going to do A, B, C, and D. Again, that offer gives more the plane flight than it gives the vacation. It gives more the steps and the things necessary, which I or the person that's interested in this offer is already not doing, right? Instead, you want to give them the dream outcome, and you want to give it to them in a way that is possible for them to achieve, but it really cuts to the chase and it gets it done as quickly without delay as possible. The example, lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks. Now, here's where we get into the meat, and try not to go ahead, even though I have all of this on the screen. Here's where we get into the meat of how to communicate this. You need to, once you figure out and you really dial in what your dream offer is, I challenge you to really write down and think through every problem, limiting thought, and struggle that they're going to have completing this dream transformation in their life that you can help them with. Okay. So all struggles, their limiting thoughts around them, what happens before they start, what happens after they stop with you, right? All of that you want to get out, you know, whether you work on the computer or a yellow pad or whatever, you want to make a list of all of those struggles and challenges. An example, using our lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks is, well, buying healthy food or going grocery shopping is hard. It's confusing. It's time consuming. It's more expensive to eat healthy food, right? These are things that are going through somebody's mind when they're thinking lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks. Well, they know they're going to have to get healthy food, grocery shop, And if we talk about grocery shopping or healthy food, that immediately puts up a barrier because they see that as hard, confusing, something that is not enjoyable, something that is expensive. The same thing with exercising, right? We know that to lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks, you have to eat better and you have to exercise regularly. It's really not that much more confusing and difficult than that. However, exercising regularly is hard. It's confusing if you're not used to exercising. It's time consuming and it can be costly as well. Gym memberships, etc. Okay. So what you'll find is that there are kind of 4 negative elements of each problem that somebody could face in the dream outcome that you have for them. So as you're listing these problems, think about these 4 negative elements as you're listing them. Number one, regarding the dream outcome, they may be thinking to themselves, is this really going to be financially worth it for me? Right? They may begin talking themselves out of it already based on the financial worth of it. Likelihood of success. They may begin thinking, you know what? I've failed so many times. This is not going to work for me because I'll just quit or I'll fail all over again, right? This is the mentality that you're dealing with when you have an offer to the marketplace. These are the things that they're going to be thinking. They're worried about the effort. This is going to be too hard, or this is going to be too confusing, or this is going to be something that I'm not really good at, or maybe their concern is time. This will take too long and I'm too busy. So when it comes to the elements of your offer, you need to think in terms of the problems, the limiting beliefs, the challenges, and use these 4 negative elements to really think through each one. The financial worth, the likelihood of success, meaning their own propensity to quit, the effort and them thinking it's too hard, the time and them thinking that it could take too long or that you are too busy. Well, once you have all of those problems listed out, right? You know, buying healthy food, grocery shopping, exercising regularly, right? All the problems that may come up in their mind when you make this offer, you need to take those problems, each one of those, and you need to find the solution within the problem. And in fact, you can turn that problem directly into a solution. So, using our example, grocery shopping is time consuming and hard, and I won't be able to do it. Well, instead, you would want to communicate your offer or a part of your offer in the manner that's the problem that's going on in their mind. You want to communicate it in the solution positive aspect. How to make buying healthy food easy, enjoyable, and cheaper than even your current grocery bill, right? You take the problem that is already in their mind, you have a solution for it, right? If you're a coach and you help people to lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks, then you already have all of these solutions. So you want to express the solution to the problem and the concern that's going on in their mind even before they ask it outright, because you know they're thinking about it anyway. Or exercising regularly is time consuming. It's hard. I'm not going to be able to do it. I've quit a ton of other gyms. Instead, you're going to communicate to them, hey, I have an easy to follow exercise system that everyone enjoys, even busy moms. Extra credit if you can call out your ideal client within the offer body itself. Okay. From there, you want to be able to create high value for your prospect. Okay. What does create high value mean? Well, it means that the result is something that they financially value. They see that this result is financially valuable to them. They believe, and your communication of the offer helps them to believe that they can succeed. Your communication of the offer helps them to succeed more easily, and it helps them to succeed faster. So in other words, we create high value by dealing with these negative elements, okay? Every single part of this, we need to know what the problems are, what the limiting beliefs are, what the negative elements are in their mind. And then we want to offer solution and create high value by letting them know that we have a way for them to succeed, even with all the challenges, even with all the problems, even with all the limiting beliefs that they might have and face. With that, you may not be a natural copywriter yourself. I am not. However, you need to take the time to be a better wordsmith. Now, you could say how anyone can buy food fast, easily, and cheaply. You could say it that way, right? You could say, my system helps anybody buy their groceries fast, easily, and cheap. But if you take some time, if you study how good offers are made, you use books like Alex's $100 million offer, and there are many others out there. You can even just go through other people's offers like my offers and look how things are worded. Instead of how anyone can buy food fast, easily, and cheaply, you could create a naming system, the foolproof bargain grocery system, that'll save you hundreds of dollars per month on your food, as long as that's true, and take less time than your current shopping routine. And even put a value on it. This is a $1,000 value for all the money it's going to save you in your lifetime. You see, we simply took the solution for your offer, how anyone can buy food fast, easily, and cheaply. You don't have to worry about this is time consuming and it's hard and I don't know how to do it. No, we have a system to help you to do it faster, easier, cheaper. Now, since you've created the whole system, name it, right? Name it and communicate it in a way that will really show the value. See, foolproof bargain grocery system that will save you hundreds of dollars per month. That gives the benefit, right? It's not so much about the features that we're interested in, right? Here's how you're going to do the foolproof grocery system. No, put the how-to away for a moment. Communicate the benefit. The benefit is that it's faster, it takes less time, it's easier than your current shopping routine, and guess what? It'll even save you hundreds of dollars per month. These are the benefits of the foolproof bargain grocery system. See, so when you create your offer, think through the benefits of that offer and make sure that they solve the problems that people have. Now, you want to also, within great offers, you want to stack value. You do that throughout, by the way, meaning that as you solve all of these problems, you're going to stack value by letting people know that you're solving all of these specific problems that they have, like with the bargain grocery system, for example. However, you can do that a lot of other different ways. Many of the problems you've listed and reformed into solutions can be additional bonuses within your course or your program. See, what a lot of course creators, coaches do, consultants do, is they go kind of the fastest, easiest route. And they say, well, here's what you get. You get one-on-one time with me, and it's $250 an hour, or it's $150 an hour, or it's $1,000 a month. And the only people that are really signing up are people that are just 100% bought into you. But all you've really done there is you've created a job for yourself, and you've enslaved yourself into this, I make $200 an hour or $250 an hour. They're only buying that, though, because they love you, they like you, they believe in you. We want to separate that. We want to separate you from the equation. We want to let them know, no, they want to buy what it is that you're selling, not because of you, not because of me, but because of the system that you created that gets them the magic result that they want. You want to create additional value also in the delivery. How do you do that? Well, additional recorded video trainings, and I'll share some examples in a moment. Spreadsheets, workflow processes. Any specific time with you should not be, and you get an hour with Rob. No. They don't want an hour with you. They want a specific result from that time. Maybe you've created accountability partners, or maybe in coaching. All of these will add additional value to your offer. Well, what does that look like with our example, right? The lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks. Well, you could have a one-on-one nutrition orientation. In other words, you can have them fill out a sheet of what they eat normally in a week, and you can have a one-on-one orientation with them and onboarding, right? And instead of you selling, you get an hour with me or 30 minutes with me. No, this is your nutrition orientation where we're going to take what you're currently eating and we're going to transform it into what you should be eating, right? Recorded video training. Well, you could do a recorded grocery tour. That way you don't have to go on a grocery tour with every single person that you bring into a coaching program. No, you can have it recorded once so that every single time somebody can watch it and see how you do it. You could build out a spreadsheet that has a personalized meal plan, right? And there are plenty of personalized meal plans that you could potentially even purchase, meaning that you could buy the software pretty inexpensively and just engage it, hook it right into your system. DIY grocery calculators, exercise buddy system. I'm making some of this stuff up. 5-minute budget lunches and dinners, one-on-one feedback meetings, etc. In other words, any one-on-one time they get with you, any additional things, recorded videos, spreadsheet, processes, those should be named with a specific result at the end. These are bonuses. Every one of these could have a value associated with it. The one-on-one nutrition orientation for an hour could be a $500 value, because an hour time with you is worth at least 500, if not much, much more, etc. So you could associate every one of these things with some kind of value, right? Additional value enhancements. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about these, but scarcity. In other words, if you're only bringing 20 people in, legitimately, you're only bringing 20 people in, then this is the first 20. And if you're the 21st person, I'm sorry, but the program is going to be closed. And perhaps the next time we open it, it will be more expensive if we ever decide to open it again. There can be urgency. To create urgency, you might want to offer additional bonuses that go away, right? I do that with my challenge offer, right? I give a 24-hour $1,000 off bonus for anybody that gets started. And usually about half the people that get started in the challenges take me up on that bonus. I do that because I want to create some momentum. Guarantees. I did this with my C3 accelerator program. I said, look, if you're going to join this, I want you to know that I am going to guarantee your result. You're going to make at least 5 times as much money as you invest with me, as long as you go through the entire process with me and work at it for the entire year, or you can have your money back, right? So, you know, you can say, well, that's a really bold guarantee. Well, if your stuff works, then you can make a really bold guarantee. And of course, as I said before, when it comes to parts of your program, naming systems, right? Foolproof bargain grocery system is a lot better sounding than anyone can buy food fast, easily, or cheaply, okay? By doing things this way, by creating an offer in this manner, right? By thinking through the ideal dream outcome, by listing every single problem and then turning that problem on its head into a solution, and then stacking the value of it, right? Pulling things out of your program, stacking the value in ridiculous ways. By doing it this way, you solve all their perceived problems and obstacles. You don't have to have a conversation with them one-on-one and talk for hours with them. One of my clients recently told me that they were having a one-on-one conversation with someone and they spoke for 3 hours and the person didn't buy. Well, I said, well, the reason that happened was because you don't have a process that you're taking them through to sell them. Instead, you're going through their buying process, and their buying process is slow and tedious. And 3 hours later, they still haven't made up their mind. You need a process. You need to overcome their problems and obstacles even before they ask those questions. Number 2, you show your program or your product to be one of a kind, right? So you literally don't have to worry about competing with every other boot camp, using this example, every other new gym offering. No, this is one of a kind, right? What we've created is we've made it impossible to compare our offer with somebody else's offer because we've created a category of one. Are there other weight loss challenges that people can go through, or boot camps? Yes. Or gym memberships? Of course. But the truth of the matter is, when we go through this process and we create all the modules of the course, we create all the bonuses based on, naming, based on, creating great value, based on using this methodology, you're going to have something that is in a category all by itself. And so then the decision will only be, can I afford it? Because I want it and I need it, and it's better than everything else that I've seen. And now the only question is it financially viable for me? And that's where you want people to be. You want people to join your coaching program, your consulting program, your service business. You want them to buy your course, etc., because they see it as magic, as the thing that's going to help them, as a one-of-a-kind category of one, solves all of their problems and obstacles. And you've created it in such a way to do that. And now it's just, okay, can I afford it? That's where you want everybody to be. By the way, I've assumed a lot of things in crafting this for you today. I've assumed that, your course or your coaching program or whatever does solve every one of their perceived problems. You can look at this if you haven't created a course yet, or a coaching program, or group coaching, or whatever. If you haven't done that, then this is a great way for you to begin. I always create a webinar. I always think about an offer that I'm making before I kind of back into all of what it's going to take to fulfill it, because this helps me to go through the math in my own mind of, okay, what are the problems that somebody is going to face that they need a solution for? And can I offer them that solution in a way that works for me and my staff, and in a way that creates a great return on investment for them and for me and my company? If I went through all of this, I said, well, I wanted to create something for $1,000, but it was going to cost me much, much more time, energy, and effort to deliver it than the $1,000. Well, I knew I would know right then and there, I've got to make some adjustments. This has to be, a higher investment program, perhaps, maybe a group coaching, a done with you rather than a course, etc. So for any of you that are still in your creation phase, I don't finish your course yet. Don't finish your program yet. Go instead to what dream outcome. Start right here. What dream outcome would I like to get for my clients? What dream outcome do they want is a better way to say it. Do they want? And then go through the steps. List the problems. Think about these 4 negative elements. Turn them around on their head. Make sure that you can create a solution for every one of those negative elements, those problem elements, right? Extra credit if you use great wordsmithing, and then start thinking through what bonuses could be, right? Could you have, a nutrition orientation type one-on-one meeting? Would you want to do that? Do you have spreadsheets? Do you have additional training? Can you offer accountability time or accountability partnership, etc.? When you're creating it, always start first with a great offer and then build out the program that will give them the result that they want.